All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Green 18. 59. Inside. Pilot. 64. Weak. 26. Green 18.
On first down, Rodgers. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on out here. Come get some. Green 18. Green 18.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
50. Let's go. Hey, we got 61. Matchbox lights. I'm going to run you over. Hey, take 26. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, box truck. Look at this.
Now it's Rodgers. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38.
6-6, pull it high. Back north. Hey, it's all around. Go. Tighten up.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the pass. Chopper. Jump out.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 53. Watch the run. Hey, exit. Let's go.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Tackle made by Montravius Adams.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Mahomes, flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Josh Jones in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mahomes. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. The drive starts with a completion, left side. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
bombers. Two jet bombers.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, he sets up the screen to Jones. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
258.
Right here.
Gas 300. Gas 300.
53 at the line.
Hey, Alpha.
Screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
26.
53 is mine. Check.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Chiefs, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down,
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
319. Motion.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0, our score.
Get in the right room.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Hey, Haywood.
He's checking crap.
Look over here. 26.
From the 39, Rodgers looking deep for Adams. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Got his man. That's Mecole Hardman, the rookie. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now here's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And again, it's Mahomes. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Mike, 53. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Check. Hey, Delta. Check. 53 is Mike. Watch the run. 53 is the Mike. 53. Check 53.
From the gun, Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Incomplete. It's second down.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check. Bravo. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. And the Chiefs are going to get him. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates...
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. Watkins, the intended receiver. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now Jones, and he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 24, Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They run on first down with Jackson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike. Jump out.
To throw on second and 6. Rodgers. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a third down.
Hey, wahoo!
Now Rodgers. This is caught by Jackson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now Crosby for the point after. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to second and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second.
Again, it's Williams. It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Buying time to his left. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Williams. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
15.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 15 yards on the play. First down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate, and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. That is caught at the 7-yard line. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On second and goal, Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance?
And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Hey, orbit.
On second and 9, Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Turn up. Kick 30. Like 50, like 50. Take it. Hey, Zoo.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Let's get it. No. 258. Pretty quiet, D.
Again, it's Jones. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
And it's third down.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Inside.
50, Mike, 50.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Flush to his right. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Darren Lee in there to drop him for a loss on the play. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something,
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. The 20. 10, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by